I'm like adjusting. But I've kept a journal since I was pretty much like 11 years old. Like I started journaling in 2013 in a leftover big journal that I had. So over the years, I've gotten a lot of different journals, and I've kind of always, just because of the way my childhood happens, you know, like we all have our ups and downs in lives, and that's just kind of the hand that I was dealt. I had kind of like a difficult childhood, and journaling really helped me to get my emotions out of me. And so it's like a crutch that I've used for a long time, and because I was so raw and honest in all my journals throughout the years, it kind of felt like a part of me, and so I've always carried them with me. But as I was saying in my New Year's video, it's important to know when to let go of certain identities that you've held. And I decided that I wanted to clean out and throw away a lot of journals, and I kept the first one because I feel like that's very special. It's from 2013 and I was 11, and it's something I kind of want to keep with me until I'm old. You know, I feel like it's a special kind of thing to have. But throughout the years, a lot of the stuff that you'll see would just kind of repeat, and it would literally be me journaling, and it's like, I can't believe that the same things that used to bother me then are still bothering me. And now, for the first time, not just now, like recently in my life, right? I just turned 24, so like recently in my life, past 2-3 years, it's like things are finally changing, you know, like not things, but just me. I'm finally changing. How I see the world around me is finally changing. How I see myself is finally changing. And so it's like, I don't want to hang on to this identity, you know, like it served me in the past. It doesn't serve me anymore. And I've been like realizing, like, with all of the renewing of your mind, the neuroscience, neuroplasticity, and the Bible, and getting closer to God, you don't have to carry those things with you, you know, like if something no longer serves you, there's no reason why you need to keep carrying that identity, because you don't owe the decisions that you make today, you don't owe them to the past, you owe them to future you, right? Because the time is going to pass anyway. So you need to wake up every day ready to move forward, ready to do things that future you is going to thank you for, not honoring the past version of yourself, like, thank you because you got me to where I am today, but also you're holding me back, you know. So it felt good getting rid of that, because I can 1000% say I do not identify with the person that was in those journals anymore, and that's a good, very good thing, you know. I've always been a very sensitive person since I was a child, and for one reason or the other, I feel like that's not really valued in society. And you're kind of taught that you need to, like, you can't be that sensitive, you can't be that honest, you know. It's like that quote, but it's like, I was so embarrassed when I realized that life was a costume party and I showed up as myself, right? But it's like, who cares, you know? Like, you don't want to live your life playing by the rules of someone else's game, right? Who cares if people want to pretend, if people want to pretend to be something they're not? That's not the way that I want to live. And you're gonna find people that align with you, and the way to find those people is to be unapologetically who you are, to genuinely be yourself, you know. People always tell me, like, or not people, but like, oh, you shouldn't put out that much, like, you just met someone, you need to wait to see how they are before you reveal more. It's like, no, I'm not gonna wait, because by waiting, all I'm doing is wasting my own time, right? Like, if that person was gonna do me dirty, they were gonna do me dirty, and they're waiting on a certain piece to get certain information out of me, or to use me for a certain something before they discard me. Why wouldn't I just give it to them right away, right? Because it's like, then I'm just saving myself my own time. I'm not getting attached. I'm seeing who you are right away. If you're gonna get like trying to use me for something, use me for you right away so I can see who you are, you know. I'd rather have that than waste and be trying to play some sort of game, and then at the end of the day, even if I win, I lost because I played myself. Like I wasted my own time. So it's like all these things, like pretending to be something you're not, putting on a front, all the superficiality and shallowness. I don't care, okay? Like, you can feel like you won. You can believe you won all you want. At the end of the day, I know that I won because I no longer need to have someone that doesn't align with me in my life, you know? And every person that leaves my life, every person that... I take it as a blessing because at the end of the day, I know I'm being genuine. I know I'm putting my best foot forward. So everything that falls off, it's like, you know, better now than later. And it's better to see those things right away. But anyways, back on topic. Yeah, it felt good letting go of that identity. And I took a couple notes, but I'm going to go ahead and look through it because I wanted to kind of like a little refresher. So yeah, I was focusing on the bad. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I had control. Oh yeah, I was building my reality and I kept unconsciously choosing to see things in a way that was never going to let me be who I wanted to be. And it was a cycle. And it's something that was passed down to me, and it's something that took a lot to break out of. And it's something not everyone is going to resonate with, and that's okay. But I hope if you can take one thing from this video, it's that you're in control. It's scary to be someone you've never been, right? So letting go of that identity of who I was. Sorry, my head is like starting to hurt from the sunglasses, but it's scary to let go of that identity because that's all I've ever been to me. But is that who I want to keep being? The answer is no. So yeah, it's scary stepping into a new version of yourself, but at the end of the day, like I said, you owe your life, your decisions, everything you do to your future, not your past. So I'm grateful for who I've been. I'm taking the lessons with me, but I'm letting go of that identity so that I can grow into a new one. And when you're kind of in that middle space, it's a little bit scary, right? But you have to go through it. You know, you grow through what you go through. And the worst thing that you can do in life is stay stagnant, stay stuck. You know, make a choice, go with it. You're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna be wrong, but you're gonna learn from it. And you're going to, because if you tell yourself, everything I go into, I'm doing it from a genuine place, and I'm going into it with curiosity, I'm going to it with genuine intentions, even if it goes wrong, you still have a lot of things that you gain from that experience along the way that you can take as you move forward. But yeah, and it just reminds me, oh yeah, you know, there's nobody, it's like there's nobody like you. Not you yesterday, and not you tomorrow, not even you like a second ago, because constantly you're taking in all this new information. And this is another thing too, because I externalized so much of myself into the journals, I kind of like wanted to protect them, or I would go back and reread them because it's like, I know I put something important here. What was it? But it feels good letting go of all of that because I know like all of the information that I need to move forward in my life, I've lived it, right? It's in my head. If it's important, it'll resurface when it needs to. I don't have to be scared that, oh, I'm gonna miss out on a certain piece of knowledge or information that I had at some point. I need to recall it. No, you're fine. At this present moment, like every present moment, everything you need, you're carrying with you into the future, right? So the thing about hitting rock bottom is that you have nowhere to go but up, right? And I've been there a couple times. And when you're at your rock bottom, you lost everything, guess what? That's the perfect time to rise like a phoenix from the ashes, because you have nowhere to go but up. So it's like, you can either feel frustrated that I lost everything, like I don't know where I'm at, or you can take a second and be like, who do I want to be? Like, who am I? What can I do to honor the person that I want to become? And you go from there, and you live every day happy in the process, you know, because like we said, it's not about the destination, it's about the process. And you enjoy that because you know you're never going to be in that exact situation again, right? And even when you achieve what you want to achieve, you need to enjoy the process along the way. And yeah, it's just exciting waking up every day knowing that you're putting your best foot forward, knowing that you're in alignment, knowing that there's a world of possibility around you, that you're in control of your life and the outcomes around it. Like, yeah, it's tough, it's hard, because like when things go wrong, it's so easy to want to become a victim and just kind of like wallow in the self-pity. But guess what? There's another option. You can analyze the situation around you for what it is, and you can make a course, a plan to make your situation better, you know. And even if you fail at that, you make another one, and you realize that you have that control over your life. And once you know that, and you realize you have that control over your life, that's it. Like, nothing can shake you, because you know whatever you're in, that's not the ending, and that you always have something that you can work towards. But also, I don't mean it like in a, oh, I constantly have to be grinding kind of way. No, just in a enjoying where you are right now, because eventually you're not going to be here, you're going to be somewhere else. And putting in those little steps, you know, 1% better, 0.01% better every day. And it doesn't have to be continuous, right? Because this is another thing. It's like, well, life is up and down. And I know I posted this on here, but I took it down because I was like, is this a schizophrenic post? But it was from my journal. I was like, I want the ups and downs in my life not to be so erratic. I kind of want them to be tighter, you know, so it's more like a flat line. But this is the starting point. This is where you want to get. And then there's going to be ups and downs along the way. And when you're in the down, know you're going to be up, you know. Don't internalize that, because there's nothing you can do to avoid that. That's just how life is. So the only thing you can control is how you internally react to the world around you. So a moral of the story, and I think I'll edit this in front of the video, you know, let go of identities that no longer serve you. Every moment you can choose to be brand new. When you hit rock bottom, you have nowhere to go but up. You can decide who you want to become, where you want to be. And yeah, your world is just gonna open up around you, and let the things that are not meant for you, be grateful that they fall away. But obviously, I don't mean this for people to be lazy. You still gotta put in some work, you know, but just have some grace for yourself, because there's so much that we don't know, and all that we know is the control that we have is the control we have over ourselves. And just kind of accepting everything around us. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Bye.